Welcome to Crypto News. Today is February 21st, 2026, and here are the top cryptocurrency news stories. Let's start today's episode and head to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled that most of President Donald Trump's tariffs were imposed in a way that exceeded his authority. That means the tariffs Trump imposed are illegal. And what was the one move we were waiting for? Yes, Trump announces 10% global tariffs after the Supreme Court ruling. US President Donald Trump announced a 10% global tariff on Friday, following the Supreme Court's ruling that invalidated his authority to impose tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The president called the Supreme Court ruling ridiculous and said he would enforce the tariffs through different legal means, including the Trade Expansion Act of 1962 and the Trade Act of 1974. And beyond that ruling, I have to tell you that, as they say, Trump will decide whether to attack Iran in the next 10 days. So stay tuned. And to wrap up for the United States, I have to tell you that the CEO of Ripple says that the Clarity Bill has a 90% chance of passing by April. As you know, it is a very important bill that will bring clarity to the cryptocurrency market in the United States. Continuing with our coins, we're going to go to a coin for today, which is a meme coin on Solana that did 80,000% and reached a market cap of $30 million. We're talking about the Punch coin, which, as you can see, from a price of 0.00005 has gone up to a price of 0.04. And this meme coin, as I understand it, comes from this monkey here, which is crawling with another monkey, which is a doll, and it went viral on the internet. So of course we're going to see it as a meme coin on Solana. And now let's turn to our beloved cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin hitting $67,000, marking the worst start we've ever had in Bitcoin's history. Simply put, Bitcoin has fallen 23% in the first 50 days of 2026, and that's something we've never seen in the cryptocurrency market before. Every year has had its moments of bad starts, but we've never had such a bad start to a year for Bitcoin's price. Now, you might be telling me that Bitcoin doesn't have a very long history compared to other financial assets. However, we're talking about a history of about 17 years, so this is the first time we've had something like this. Also, this is the second time that Bitcoin mining difficulty has increased immediately, and this is a significant increase since 2021. Let me tell you that the difficulty was at 141 terahash, it dropped to 125 terahash, and then it immediately increased to 144 terahash. And this is the second largest increase in Bitcoin history since 2021, because then China had banned miners, and we had a sudden surge when miners started operating at about 22%, and now we have a 15% increase. So from the Bitcoin statistics, that wraps up the top news for crypto today, February 21st, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only, and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.